Hey, hi. So this is the Maharic Template Activation. Originally from the Dance for Life, so all copyright 2002, the Freedom Teachings Series, just from the Guardian materials. So the advice is that we'll use it from time to time to receive guidance and information from Source, the Christos. So firstly, moderate your breathing. Take a few deep breaths. We're going to take a journey down to the first cell. The first of the first 8 cells live in your tailbone. This is the location of the Christos ray, the original anchor point of your 12D consciousness at fetal integration, the point of entry of the hydroplasmic beam, which anchors first there before spreading to the other cells that create your Kathara grid. Concentrate on your breathing. Feel and sense the body begin to soften. Feel more stretched out, more of a gentle, graceful flow, waveful. Begin to imagine yourself as a ball of light, you as pure consciousness, the centre of your skull, the pineal gland, and begin to move this ball of light, which is you, down to the very tip of your tailbone. Just move it slowly and gently down the central current, the Hara line, all the way down to your tailbone. On each exhale, a little push. Breathe in again. As you exhale, another little push downwards. It will take several breaths. As you arrive there, feel yourself as a spark of light within a teardrop shape of light. The teardrop represents the Akasha. Feel yourself as a spark of light within this teardrop in your tailbone. And inside of this teardrop, see yourself as a tiny teardrop of energy. So you have a teardrop of energy nested in a teardrop of light. You may notice that the energy in this space is particularly buzzy. Now try and feel or sense, but in some way choose the one spot here where there is no sense of movement whatsoever. This is how the first cell really feels. Take your time and move slowly towards this spot where you sense no movement at all. This is the Christos grounding space, a spherical silver space. Move yourself fully into the sense of this. In this way, You will be surrounded by a sphere of silver light. This is the place you will go in the future to reclaim, to know why you are here, to know your full, true self, the ideas you left for yourself, and your relationship, your very private relationship with divine right order. You will also experience feelings of excitement, sometimes of frustration, and sometimes a little bit battered. Now try to feel yourself as an 8-year-old child. It's impossible not to notice there are many memories, some of them painful, often accompanied by disharmonic energies associated with fetal integration, just simply squashed up, packed away within the emotional body. So I want you to change the image a little bit, or the sense, or the feeling. I want you to picture yourself now as a guardian of your own 8-year-old self in the teardrop shape in your tailbone. And I want you to feel as much compassion for this 8-year-old version of yourself as you greet them. So as best you can, you visualize yourself as a grown-up looking down at the face of your own 8-year-old self. But you will do this as the parent of a Christos, tender yet strong, loving and wise. Now I want you to bend down on one knee so you come to eye level and make deep eye contact with your 8-year-old self. If in the future you wish to come here, your 8-year-old self will take you back to the first point of entry into this physical plane. And it's here you would come if your 8-year-old self had questions it wanted to put or assistance you could provide it. Try to feel your 8-year-old and recognise its sense of relief as it realises that you, representing the angelic being that you really are now with them, that you're reunited. And its immediate, instant awareness that this is going to take you on both on a journey. You will lead each other, or the Christos will really guide you both. The Christos will provide an elevator of liquid light for you both to travel on. Now take the hand of your 8-year-old self, still in a teardrop of silver light, big enough for both of you to travel in. I want you to look upwards, because your teardrop shape is still surrounded by the silver sphere, but in looking up, immediately above your head, you'll see a tunnel or a shaft opening up within the sphere. This really represents the central vertical column that runs up the centre of your body. As you look at it, your own 8-year-old helps you to expand your consciousness and your relationship with this. It seems to know and understand what together you are about to do. Continue to look upwards, and as you do, feel the gentle pull from the tunnel above your head. Allow yourself to feel the pull of it, and in your own time experience the floating feeling, and then notice that you both are actually floating, just slowly and gently. As you make this journey, you'll notice that you pass through a pale silver field of liquid light, surrounded by bands of coloured light. The first one that you come to is crimson. It doesn't touch you, and you don't want to be touched by it. But you pass through this tunnel of coloured light, and as you go through it, feel what this colour frequency means to you. This connects you to the density one, Nada Hover body, planetary kingdom. And here there is information for you. What forms here is the elementals that wish to speak to you. If you have a feeling that that is so, then make a note and a plan to come back. Keep on floating upwards gently and slowly, keeping hold of the hand of your 8-year-old self, and you come to the next level, which is a soft silver orange field within the tunnel. The light is still not touching you. And here you may identify with the plant and the animal kingdom, and very much issues that are connected with your emotional body. Here is where your own emotional connection is at its fullest, and where it can be best made, remade, healed and developed. Continue moving upwards. This time you come to a soft silver yellow field, still not touching, to the place of the mental body and the solar plexus. You'll pause here for a moment, feel what you are surrounded by. It's likely that much distortion and confusion is found around here. This is the place of control issues and conflict. This is where you go to find them and heal them. And if you happen to be noticing intense yellow around you here, it's showing you that you need more Christos frequency before you revisit. It's important to combine the silver with the intense yellow if you return here to address some of these issues. Move gently on upwards now into the field of the pale silver green. This is the place of the crossing point from density 1 to density 2. Allow this pale silver green swirling all around you both to touch you, to touch your skin, to feel it as if a layer all over and around your body seems to have a life of its own. This is the last part of you that you both remember before your higher consciousness was shut out at the point of fetal integration. This is the place to come at the beginning of sleep or travel, or for travel purposes. This is the place you would come to surround yourself with green and to assist yourself to remember dreams in a meditative state. Continue to float gently upwards now to the 5th dimension, the electrical emerald blue. A very powerful template which controls the emotions and can connect between the higher and lower bodies. This is a place of great healing. We'll move on to the level of indigo blue, the strange, perhaps murky space, the place of the third eye, the place you bring yourself, working with your Christos. You would say something like, "Please help me now to open my inner vision," or "to open my inner vision further." You would come to this particular location to work on the third eye chakra with your Christos in the future. We go on now to the violet spectrum, and here is the place where there are massive amounts of information about your soul family. This is a space that contains very specific details of this or other lives, and again you revisit this violet spectrum, your relationship with your Christos. Thus will assist you when you ask to be shown details of other lives, your soul family, and all other information relating to explore. This is a place also that you will receive much practical and helpful details. We continue our float upwards to the 8th chakra, the thymus, which radiates effectively all around your head. This is a chakra that has been opening over the course of the last several months. So this was written in 2002 for all of the indigos. It is a gold silver band around the head. It holds memories associated with density 3, specifically the 8th dimension. And it's here you would come to explore and understand aspects of your oversoul and galactic identity and heritage. You can investigate your own history here. You can move backwards and forwards in time from this place in a very effective and useful way, as well as an educational one. We move up to the 9th dimension, just opening also. This frequency is represented by dark silver. There is fascinating data stored here, This is how you direct things from your thought. This is your co-creation place. This is the peak of the Antikorani pillar, where the connection to your Maharic D10, 11, 12 frequencies are made. We'll move on through this field into the field of deep blue-black light. If you wanted to explore your intergalactic heritage, this is the place you would come. You and your 8-year-old continue to float up gently, easily, entering into a field of silver, velvety black light. This extends into space forever and ever. This is the place that it is known as the void. Here you begin to explore your first manifest identity. This is the one you came into density originally with, whether you came in as an Elohai or Elohim, Seraphim, or any of the race patterns that can be found on this plane. And finally, you're going to make your approach to the Krystos template. And at this point, you and your 8-year-old self will have a focus at about 3 feet above your head at the 14th chakra. And here is where the experience begins to change, because together you experience 2 spiraling vortices of lightweight mercury, or what may feel like sparkling water. And you feel this final ascent as a vortex pulling you. You feel a molecular reaction in your body. You may feel a shock, a watery experience all around you, above and below the surface of your skin. And here is a place where you will simply let go and allow this level to draw you even closer. The more you do, you'll move readily and see what lies beyond this point. Continue to feel this watery feeling around you as you both make ready to reach D12. Tingly and buzzing, vibrational around you. And you come first to a silver platform or a plateau. At first you don't really see anything, but you're aware that you are on something firm. And you greet your Christos self, regardless of whether anything greets or meets you. See yourself and your 8-year-old self sit on a silver platform, a bench. This is a place you would go to see or feel yourself, beyond ideas, beyond beliefs, beyond thoughts, beyond any aspects of density. Every breath you take here absorbs frequency directly into your cells, which can be brought to your physical body. Every movement you make, your own 8-year-old child self also makes. While you are here and whenever you visit this place, remember that on every inhale, you bring silver frequency in through the temples of your head. And as you do it there, you're effectively pulling frequency into here. Inhale through your temples there, and you are pulling it in through your temples here. You're actually building it up in your pineal gland. This is a good technique to develop. This is a living light connection. You continue to breathe the silver frequency in through your temples, and you're aware as you exhale, you're drawing it back to your physical body, down here. Regular practice of this will bring a noticeable increase in Kundalini, which will last for anything between 4 and 5 hours. It will create a build-up of Kundalini should you ever need to do this. You came here to find a Maharic contract, the one common purpose shared by all 728 aspects of yourself, to experience a set of cognitions of books beyond books. So imagine yourself as your 8-year-old self who is with you, surrounded by Tiflitis, and allow your focus to clear, and as you do, out of the ethers you will find emerges a pale silver person, a wraith-like figure, a guide. The Christos, which is you, approaches you to greet you. And if you ask it, then at this very moment they will present you with a program of your own initiation in the form of a crystalline structure. You reach out, both of your palms face up, and in this moment you will receive a crystal that is entirely particular to you, as personal as you could ever wish it to be. It is a gift from your Christos, and in that moment of the greatest magnitude and gravity, taken in the form of a crystal and contains all details, or further details if necessary, of your own avatar contract. Complete the expression of gratitude for receiving this gift in whatever way you feel is appropriate right now. Bring that crystalline object towards your own heart center. Feel yourself clasping it to your own body. And if you can imagine a dual sense of having that assist your form here, against your form here, whether or not you are holding a crystal. You can remain in this space as long as you are moved to do so. In time, you can enjoy a long and animated debate with your Christos self. For now, we will bring you and your 8-year-old version of yourself back into the room. So very slowly, and remember that the crystal you have received will absorb more crystalline structures as you move back down through all the levels, collecting elements, information, further practical gifts from the oversoul level, the soul level, those things associated with your fetal contract or template, instructions that you left for yourself. Move slowly down through the levels, moving down from the 14th chakra, down into the crown, moving down through the standard 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and back into the tailbone. Now take the crystal, visualize it in your hand, and now move the palm of your hand down to your tailbone. Put the palm of your right hand, holding the crystal that you received from your Christos self, into the space where your tailbone is. Pull Maharic frequency from the earth's core up to your heart center. Deep breath. Expand it as a sphere in the heart center and put that sphere of silver into your palm, the crystal, and all possible DNA strands at this time. This action will further enable you to access this data, that the crystalline structure you have received will be eased, and also in relation to your DNA activation. What you have received will reflect a particular occasion when your choice to be at one with God, and your choice particularly to find more of your own angelic self, will be accelerated and fully realized. Just breathe easily for a minute or two. Reflect on your own personal experience or any impressions of the nature of the information or the contracts you've just received, so that you can commit them to your memory and so that you can reuse them to visit this space in the future. So Asher Anadine says, this technique is very good for becoming your own teacher, getting your own consciousness to show you things. You begin to open things for you, your own Christos self.